Hey, good morning. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. Okay, let's have a quick recap on what happened on Friday. So the non-farm payrolls, which is the monthly unemployment report in the States that everyone looks at, we're expecting 400,000 new jobs to be created. Employment in the States and around the world is at all-time high, so it's full employment. However, the number came in at 678, which is far higher than expected. When that number came in, the markets were down at that particular moment. They rallied. However, that was not enough to sustain the rally, and the markets fell off again. Again, I just want to emphasize again, what is pushing and driving the markets at the moment is the Russia-Ukrainian war, which at the moment is located and only isolated to Russia and Ukraine, but it could spread. For example, Finland announced over the weekend that they're looking to buy defensive missiles from Israel. Poland has put its armed forces on alert on the border. Romania has also put its armed forces on alert. Is this Putin's plan to retake all of Eastern Europe and take the Eastern Bloc? It's very, very unlikely. However, there's a lot of nervousness out there, and every little rumor is broadcast into fake news, and it's embellished, and before you know it, you have a full-blown rumor or full-blown fear going on in financial markets. The US Treasury 10-year bond, the yield dropped to 1.72. The prices jumped up significantly, even though that the fears of inflation and rising interest rates are there. The US 10-year Treasury, which is the benchmark guide as to what is the temperament in the market, which is safe investments versus speculative investments, then that is the benchmark, and that benchmark is the US Treasury, and the yield on it is dropped to 1.72, which means that investors are racing for safety in the US Treasury. It is deemed as one of the safe havens in financial markets. The other impact I want to have a look at is, where do celebrities and CEOs of major companies have an impact on market? For example, take someone like Kanye West. Kanye West is a celebrity. He has over 40 million followers. However, most of them are young, and the youngsters these days are very influenced by digital media, social media, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever type of media there is. They're super impressed by it. Kanye West said recently that he's not into buying any Bitcoin or crypto. What impact would that have on the price, considering that younger generation is very, very, very impacted by his opinion? And yet, would it be that Bitcoin or cryptos would be affected by the fact that Kanye West has not stated that at the moment he's got other things on his plate? The other impact is from CEOs of major companies like Elon Musk. So Elon Musk is a big fan of Dogecoin. Does that mean that Dogecoin or Dogecoin, whichever you pronounce it, is going to shoot up as a result? Yes. Is it also going to fall as a result of him selling Dogecoin? Yes, because he is the biggest fan of Dogecoin. So you also have to look at what is the peripherals, what are the other impacts of the celebrities and the big CEOs having on financial markets. Take Apple, for example. Apple has 12.5% impact on the Nasdaq. Apple alone has stopped the Nasdaq completely collapsing. There's two major shareholdings within the Nasdaq that are significant. It's Apple and Microsoft. They account for 25% of the Nasdaq. And at the moment, it's Apple single-handedly holding up the Nasdaq. As I've said on many occasions, I would expect to see the Nasdaq at the end of this year at a level of 7,000. And yet, Apple single-handedly is holding up the Nasdaq. That has a major impact. Most of the Nasdaq, or 50% of the Nasdaq, is non-profit making and don't make any profits at all. So pure speculation. 25% produce dividends, and 25% produce profits but don't pay any dividends. The Nasdaq is the driver in financial markets at the moment. It's been the driver in the past due to low interest rates and people looking for speculative investments and looking to get a higher return, and the Nasdaq has produced those highest returns of all indices. However, going forward, it could be the Nasdaq that pulls everything down, and the Nasdaq is in bear territory. So you have to look at where we're likely to go in the future. As I said over and over again, my opinion, the trend is we're going down. The trend is south, and will continue going down, even though there will be days of extreme volatility. The war in Russia and Ukraine will end at some stage, and the markets will probably bounce on a relief rally. At the moment, the trend is down. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. Have a good Sunday.